Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I want to talk about this video where this woman says being an attractive black woman is a threat. Now, I had talked about a few months ago that video about black women who are quiet on the job, and how there are people who get upset when you're not loud and obnoxious, and the whole stereotype. And some assume you have this attitude when you are not being very bubbly or very talkative, because some people think we talk a lot or we're loud when you don't fit these stereotypes. And black women have had these experiences where black men might see you shopping and you just look regular, and I'm not happy or sad, I'm just shopping, and they'll say, oh, why don't you smile, put a smile on your face. Like, I don't have to do all of that. I mean, I smile when I see people sometimes and say hello. But it's sort of like this thing people have where they want to control black women, and they want to put you in a box and the stereotype so bad. And, if you have a bad day, and let's say you do have a little attitude because something happened in your personal life, you get stuck with this stereotype stuck on you. Oh, she's being a bee. Oh, there goes that black woman attitude. They don't even know what's going on in your life type of thing. So, but she's talking about black women, when you are attractive, that you are seen as a threat to a number of people. Some people get intimidated, and that can be true when there's competition. I always said, when you have people who have to go out of their way to try to make you feel and tell you, oh, they're not into you, you can't get this, oh, black. It's like not everybody is obsessed with those stereotypes and things we hear about and is crying and whining about being black and, oh, this is again. Not everyone is even experiencing that. Like I had said, when you see women making videos about, oh, don't nobody want me if she's black, I'm like, not every black woman goes through that. But people get off on seeing those videos because there's a hierarchy people want. And I said, when people want to keep trying to make you feel and tell you you're not worthy of anything, you don't deserve something, you don't belong somewhere, or you can't have a certain type of man type of thing, or turn it around like, oh, you must have chased him when he asked me out type of thing. It's because they're in competition, they're jealous, and they want to feel bigger than you, and they don't want you to have this confidence and to know that you are that woman. Now, this doesn't always happen. Okay, I'm going to play the video. Give me a second. This doesn't always happen. There are plenty of people who will tell you that you're beautiful, and they think you're pretty, and all of that. But there are also people who will always try to find a flaw or try to humble you or put you back in your place or start talking about all these things like, black women historically and this and that. Oh, the statistics say this though. But no, just shut up, please. Go talk to somebody else. When I've argued, not even arguing, but when a black man, if it has tried to online try to try to put me in my place type of thing. This doesn't always happen, but will tell me, if we talk about interracial dating, statistically only this percent date and marry black women. Is like, well, that is not my experience. And if you know that you look good, I'm like, baby, I don't go through that. I'm an attractive woman. I don't have these problems. Then they get quiet because what can they say? Because they know you're not unattractive. They want you. People really want you to believe this when you are not unattractive. You know you're not, and people compliment you, and you know that you are attractive. So let's see what she's saying about being attractive and people being intimidated and having a problem with you. Looking through the comments, and I'm going to read some comments. There was a common theme of women talking about what they go through in corporate America when they are very attractive, well-dressed, and how they're treated sometimes. Let's see.
Being an attractive black woman is a threat. And before you roll your eyes, being an attractive black woman is a threat. And before you roll your eyes, let me break down exactly what I'm talking about, because it's not even just about the looks. It's literally about the way you walk in a room like you belong there, because you do, but also the way that you carry yourself when you know your worth, the way you set boundaries and you stick to them. Keyword. That kind of confidence, it makes other people feel uncomfortable. Suddenly you're not just pretty, but you're intimidating. Your standards now get labeled as arrogance. Your boundaries get called attitude. And your presence, they see it now as competition. Period. But here's the truth. You're not a threat, but what you are is a mirror, because you're reflecting back those insecurities that they haven't dealt with. Yeah, they haven't dealt with them. So you shine light on the parts of themselves that they wish they had the courage to embrace. So keep walking in with your head held high, girl. Keep loving on yourself and out loud, because the ones who can't handle it, well, the honest truth is we wouldn't want them anyways. They were never meant to stand beside you in the first place. So keep shining, girl.
Okay, so look, when I look through the comments section, here's the thing. There are some people who think that this applies to women who are not black. Oh, the competition, they're trying to humble you. Actually, this applies to other black women. Okay, there are a lot of black women who have experienced these problems with fellow black women on the job in corporate America. So it's not just a whole, oh, other races don't want me to shine. They don't want me to have this confidence and have a problem that I know I'm pretty and I dress good and I'm smart and I'm educated. I'm doing the damn thing. It's not just them, those who do that. It's also your fellow black women and some black men who mistreat you and are hating on you. I've had this happen. So it's not to me just a whole racial thing like, oh, I'm a black woman in corporate America. Yes, I mean, you are surrounded a lot by a number of people who are not black, but also black. But, you know, this happens too when you're on the job with black women. There are people who have a problem when you are pretty. You dress good, you stay out of trouble, they want to know your business, you have a new car, you have a man, you get flowers on the job, all types of different things. If you, again, you're pretty, your hair, all these type of things go on. But yes, I have heard plenty of black women saying what they go through in corporate America when some of the women aren't black. And, you know, people are there are people, some people who are in competition with black women. And it is their insecurities, and they're projecting it, like she said, onto you because they have an issue. Some of them are racist and they don't want to admit they're racist, or they have this jealousy and issue with competing type of thing. I remember on one job I was on, this undercover racist Mexican woman I was working with, I was surpassing her in selling something on the job. I was doing very well, and she was higher up than me, and she would look at my tally, how well I was doing, and then she would get jealous and send me off to do something else that wasn't my job. And I mean, it really wasn't serious. I thought it was crazy. Like, this job, I'm like, are you serious? But she would really get really jealous that I was doing better and making a snide comment towards me. And she wasn't on my level at all. At all. And I heard her saying something. She was undercover racist. I'll just leave it at that. But she was jealous. I'm like, you don't look as good as me. You can't dress as good as me. And now you're upset because I'm surpassing you with selling something on the job. Okay, I had another woman I work with where, baby, they're watching you. They are watching you. A lot of times black women will go through people asking you about your love life. They want to know if you're dating, if you have a man. They do that a lot. They watch your car, the kind of car you drive. There was one woman I was working with where, look, I had wore a lot of dresses. You know, I had actually lost some weight and I finally could get all the type of dresses I wanted. So I had a bunch of dresses, and it's just easy just to throw on a dress and go on to work type of thing. So when I finally wore dress pants, she made a sigh of relief and said, "Oh my God, I didn't think you owned any pants." And I'm thinking, well, damn, you was studying me and watching what I wear like that. Like, I already knew she didn't like me from something else, but now, like, you're watching what I wear type of thing. Just little stuff like that. So on the job, there are women who go through it because they are confident with who they are. They're attractive, they're well spoken, articulate, maybe speak different languages. There are people who literally have a problem when you're not that stereotype of a black woman. Then all of a sudden they want to humble you. They got to find a flaw about you, something to complain about or over exaggerate things with you that other people are doing. There are people who feel, damn, you got it going on. You're beautiful. You're doing well. Oh my God, you can't be too perfect. Oh, I'm so relieved I found a flaw about you. And then you'll have people who will go out of their way to find a flaw about you. Like, if you say anything, I noticed that a lot of people have a problem when you acknowledge that you are attractive. This is women, period, especially black women. Like if I acknowledge that I am good looking and I know this and people tell me this and I never had issues with men, they'll find a way to, they'll think you're being conceited if you say it, and they'll try to find a way to find something about you to complain about. That's why some men go hard about black women's hair choices, because she can have the perfect face, smooth skin, perfect body. But if they think, oh well, I found something that ain't 100% real to me, let me obsess and dish you over that, or they'll find something about your bra size, your boob size, your butt, your waist, your weight. They got to find something to pick at to kind of knock you down, to humble you, like, well, you're not all of that type of thing. Okay. So I've seen this a lot. People do stuff like that. So let's look at some of the comments real quick. Okay. So here are some of the comments under the video. Orlandria has been a great example. Like, my goodness, this girl triggers so many insecure people and women like no other. Her boundaries are now attitude or mean. So many girls and women need to self-reflect. Now, I know Orlandria is the woman who was on Love Island, and she's with Nick, and she's a black girl and he's white. They're both they're attractive and in shape, and well, they're together, and it caused a stir. But I actually saw a lot of people who were celebrating their relationship. I mean, you're going to have people who are jealous and are hating on you. I mean, that happens. So, but they're saying she has an attitude now because she has boundaries. That's why they don't like Orlandria. Shelly, Meghan Markle, Beyonce, and the list goes on. It's exhausting. We know that Meghan Markle was not liked because she's half black. People don't always say that, and some do. That's a factor. Her mother's black American. As far as Beyonce, I mean, Beyonce is a global star. Plenty of people not black love her. That's why she's the biggest star right now and is a household name. Plenty of people obsess over her who are not black. There has been no one trying to take her down at large. No one has really tried to. I mean, you have some people who are haters and who are jealous of her, but overall, she has a lot of fans who are black and not black, and you do have some who are not black who hate on Beyonce. It's a mixture going on. Okay, so Shelly, I'm not quite sure who that is right now. Let's see. And don't let you be fit, feminine, intelligent, and confident. It's a quadruple threat. Yeah, girl, I've been in the gym and white women are infuriated or side-eye me. In addition to skill and education, also add having a better body and a style of dress. I had a manager who would copy my work outfits, and it would get so weird, like every week. Yes, my dress style intimidated folks. I prefer dressing for my size and not what was in style. Yeah, you definitely go through that when there are women who will say, why do you dress like that? Why are you dressed up to work? Or bothered because they're jealous. Look, I'm not you and you're not me. If you don't want to play and have fun with your outfits and you don't know how to dress or whatever, that's not my problem. I don't have to dress down for you. Okay? I don't have to dress down for you if you don't want to dress. That's not my problem. You are insecure, you're projecting, and you're jealous. That's all that boils down to when women start commenting about, you don't have to get dressed up to come here, or why do you dress like, I mean, I'm not talking about dressing raunchy. I'm talking about really being styled. And that's like your everyday thing type of thing. So, all right. Oh my God, yes, they hate when you dress nice. It's insane the way we intimidate them. Suddenly, you're not just pretty, you're intimidating. This happens in corporate America too. They are salty if you're smart and pretty. I have the audacity to think I'm that girl because I am. This is why Meghan Markle is still not to be left alone with the British tabloids and celebrity gossip sites, because despite literally leaving the royal family, I was visiting London in June and they are still talking about her. There was an expose on the British TV promising to reveal that she's using her title. He gave her the title, therefore it belongs to her. Yeah, it's just jealousy. And it's crazy to me because Meghan Markle barely even talked that much. You never even saw her talk that much. She would just make public appearances. And I saw that they had problems about her holding her baby bump when she was pregnant. Just making up stuff, having a problem that she was American. And, That was insane to me. And you know, London, England is diverse. There's a lot of interracial couples there, a lot. So it was sort of like, interesting. It's all over the place. But all of a sudden, Prince Harry is with Meghan, and some people are acting like they can't believe it. And some people had issues again because she's not British. She wasn't a virgin. She was married before. She didn't want to follow all the protocol, which you do have to do once you marry the man. And the fact that I think, yeah, some had an issue because she comes from an American black woman. Some people had issues with that. And she's stylish and she's good looking. So, yeah, you have some jealousy. Jealousy. Because I heard some people call in a show saying, why didn't he marry an English rose? You know, that's what Princess Diana was called. And I think Princess Diana would have loved Meghan Markle. I think they would have been great friends. Okay, let's see. Perfect example, Naomi Campbell and the Duchess of Meghan. I don't usually hear people having an issue with Naomi Campbell. Most people are obsessed with her and praise her all the time. I'm not saying there aren't any who have an issue with her, but the most I've seen is people talk about her past when it came to throwing the phone at her assistant or something. But and she has in the past probably gone through things in the industry, you know, like having proper makeup and having to do her own makeup and all that other stuff. Believe me, she has stories, but as far as everyday people, I don't know. Every time I see her online, I constantly see people just in awe of her. But naturally, you will have some people who are jealous of you. But I've never seen anybody trying to take down Naomi Campbell's career. Like everyday people upset with her. Let's see. Meghan Markle is not black. So, hold on. Meghan Markle isn't black. She's half white and white passing, so it doesn't count. She is not white passing. She looks like what she is. She's a biracial. She doesn't look like a full-on Caucasian woman. You can tell that by looking at her. I don't know what planet people are living on. She just has very light skin. But her facial features is not given full-on Caucasian woman, especially when her natural hair is shown, which is curly. Okay, you just said she's half white. So what's the other half? Black. She's half black. You just proved this lady's point. You're threatened. The Duchess is confident and beautiful, a mirror to the weak. There are some people, too, who have issues when biracial women who don't look strongly Negroid to them actually claim their black ancestry and are proud of it. There are some people who feel like, why don't you just say you're white so we can, claim you, like the whole Adriana Lima thing. I've noticed there's an obsession with her, but yet Adriana Lima is literally multiracial. And there are people who want to just make her say she's a white woman because her eyes are like grayish blue. But her facial features is clearly of mixed ancestry. All right, so let's see the next one. Also, the threat of black women modeling and showing and teaching white women they don't have to be meek and insecure and submissive is a huge threat. Now, this is a white woman, I believe. She's saying, I think it is, not 100% sure. It's a huge threat to white men and the functions of white supremacy, teaching white women that they don't have to be meek and submissive and insecure type of thing. White women are either in awe or terrified of the divine femininity that black women embody. White supremacy had to strip that from white women to grow. Black women shine so bright, so much love. Yeah, I always can't stand that whole some black women are not feminine and some are. I'm very feminine. I love being feminine. The fact that black women take so much pride in doing our hair, clothing and jewelry, that's very feminine. Black women like to dress up and play and have fun and fashion. That's very feminine. Now, black women, when black women do cook, black women cook. Like if you want a recipe, you want something with some flavor, you go look at some black women cooking. I look at all women cooking, but yeah, black women are going to, make that plate look beautiful. Black women I've seen with nail salons, their nail salons are not basic. They're beautiful. Flowers, chandeliers, drinks available, like they take it up a notch, okay? I've even heard women not black saying they prefer to go to black women doctors because black women work so hard to prove themselves and they really want to make sure they're doing their job and really take care of you when you see them, okay? But naturally, I always say things are 50-50. Some are feminine and some are not, and that's within any other group. But historically, because of the history of slavery, having to work a job and take care of the family and having all this stress put on you and getting angry, some do. Then they love to throw this not being feminine thing on black women. I just like, don't put that on me. I'm very affectionate when I'm in a relationship. I'm lovey-dovey. I want to be the baby and the princess. I'm very romantic and I'm very girly. Okay? So let's go to the next topic. The thing they'll never fully explain is that they're threatened because they always assume black women weren't supposed to have those traits and don't deserve recognition. When black women disprove their assumptions, their entire worldwide view is challenged, and now they feel like they can't predict how things are going to work for them, so they feel less sure of themselves. But you know what? I can't stand it when I see black people do this. When a black woman, because I saw one who had natural hair and she twirls in her dresses, and then black men especially want to say, oh, you want to be white. So you say white women are feminine for twirling and being girly, and then when black women display it, oh, now she's being white now to you, but then you complain if you're not girly and feminine and say, oh, you're acting like a dude, I don't want no dude. So it's like, what's going on here type of thing. You know, people who want to control you, stereotype you, and tell you who and what you can be. You know, even when a black woman is picking cotton, and she's not doing it because she's being told to. It's a cotton field. Maybe she wants cotton for her pillowcase. Oh my God, how could you pick cotton? Oh, if a black woman purchases a home that might have belonged to slaves, how could you buy that house? Why can't I? If I descend from people who were slaves, I can't buy a house like that and renovate it? Like, grow up. I literally saw this with a couple on TikTok. Oh, how could you buy a home? If anybody could buy a home, no, I don't like the history, but if I want to buy a plant, I can do that. Why not if I have slave ancestry? Like, please grow up. This whole immaturity is just getting ridiculous. And this whole, you can't do this, you can, yeah, black, the history that not everybody is obsessed with everything. It's 2025. Okay? I don't think the slave ancestors would have an issue with a black woman who had slave ancestry buying a home versus somebody maybe racist wanting to buy the damn home type of thing. So let's go to the next comment. Okay. You're a mirror reflecting back to those insecurities some of them have. That's why they hate Jasmine Crockett. I've heard a number of different opinions when it comes to Jasmine Crockett. She's very passionate, but the way she speaks, some people think that she's a hood rat. But then I've heard other people say, actually, she's very educated and she actually doesn't even speak like that. And she's trying to get a certain demographic to like her. I've heard all these different things. Okay, different opinions about Jasmine Crockett. Let's see. It's a lot. They first believe you're not their competition because you're black. And then they see that society treats you with privilege and they become evil. They hate that they cannot compare themselves to you. If you were an attractive white woman, they can't comfort themselves through proximity. But being an attractive black woman is so far out of their reality, they can't comfort themselves, especially if you wear your hair in a natural state. They can't say, well, it's because she's wearing a wig. And if you are darker in skin tone, they can't say, well, it's because she's racially ambiguous. It messes with their brain chemistry, and they try to find any reason to belittle you and to harm you. Actually, you can still be dark skinned with very keen sort of features where they might question, where are you from? Are you Hispanic? Like, what's going on there? And they might, are you Ethiopian or something like that type of thing? But yeah, you have some women who don't like you being, well, better looking. There are some women who actually can't fathom that someone thinks you're better looking. There are women not black that actually don't think that their men are not flirting with us when they're not around. I don't know if some men pretend and they go home and talk, but there are some of them that actually don't know. They literally don't know that your counterpart is in my face and he wants my number and he lets me know that he thinks I look good and that I'm pretty. I don't think some women not black actually believe or know this is going on for a long time. Maybe their men, of course, their men are not coming back telling them this. And the things you read online and how people want to put black women down all the time. I'm like, oh, well, who's choosing you and all this stuff. Or, well, okay, you're dating. They like you. They think you're pretty. But did you get married, though? Did that happen? Oh, y'all just dated and maybe slept with each other. Oh, no, no, no. It doesn't count. It don't count no more because, there's no official engagement ring. So, no, I'm not going to say it counts that he wanted you and that, he thought you were beautiful type of thing. You have that going on. You see that. And the things I see on social media every single week where there are people who praise black women. But I also noticed something too. I don't know if it's a conspiracy about our videos being pushed out to a certain demographic on TikTok, but I always look at things where if a black woman is beautiful and is doing something great and not the stereotype, sometimes I'll look in the comment section and I don't see, especially let's say she has a man who is white and they're both good looking, the comment section is only filled with black women giving props to their relationship and congratulating her if she got proposed to. And I don't see any white women or other races saying anything. And I don't see any black men. Of course, they don't say anything because they always trying to push that don't nobody want a black woman, and that's not true. But I always think like, why are white women so quiet? And they're not congratulating him for, you see a sprinkle here and there like, oh, she's definitely beautiful. Congratulations. But a lot of times you don't. And I'm like, yeah, pay attention to comment sections on who's willing to openly and publicly say something nice about you and congratulating you. I mean, I've seen other white women in some videos telling a woman if they think she's beautiful and she's black. But yeah, I look at those types of things. And again, you walk in the room and you got it going on, the energy shifts. This is women, period. The energy shifts. It's the look in the eye, the hostility, or, especially some people get surprised again when you speak well. And I've had this happen and they honestly, I'm like, wow, like, I don't believe everything I see on TV and I don't stereotype everybody. Like, are you serious? Like, what? You really think? Like, I know right now the way I'm speaking might not sound extremely like, but no, I can speak well and I speak regular and speak well and all that other stuff. But I was talking to a white man and we were speaking and then I could tell the look like, oh, I don't, things people might think are big words or something. And then he wanted to know more like, where did you work before type of thing? What school? You can pick up on those things when they think, oh my God, she's not ghetto. She actually can speak. She's articulate. Oh, this is not a big word to her type of thing. You have some people like that, but that's their own ignorance for thinking we're all hood rats and stuff, and we're not. Okay. One of the older black women at the earlier job told me I came into the company like a little Angela Davis when I was just being myself and not letting them treat me crazy. This always finds me, this hateration in the workplace. Unfortunately, with older black women who have a problem with me. Like I said, it's not just women who are not black. A lot of black women are mistreated by other black women on the job who are jealous. This happens all the time. Okay. As a tech executive in Silicon Valley during the 1990s until 2019, I totally get this. I was constantly accused of fraud, sleeping with customers, and lying to explain my achievements. And honestly, this is something that even men will be in competition with you as a woman when you are attractive. Okay, some of them could get even jealous because they know that your beauty can help you in your love life, your career. You can advance. Okay, some get jealous. I saw a video of a woman who had her lunch paid for or dinner by a man who thought she was beautiful, and the waiter, he was a man, he got upset and jealous about it. You have men who feel like that, or you're dating them and they know you're good looking. They see how men look at you when you go out and they get jealous because they know that you can easily leave them and you have options. Okay. And this is why some men want you not to look your best, or they all of a sudden want you to change certain things when they met you. Now, look, I'm not going out dressed scandalous and all that. But, oh, you don't have to do your hair. You don't have to wear makeup. That's fine. But that's what I do. Now, I don't pound it on type of thing at all. Not, I don't pound it on. But, all of a sudden, they don't want you to have that attention, or they might say things so you don't think that you're that girl, or say, oh, you gained some weight now, or after you had the kids. Well, try to make you think nobody else would want you and you still look good type of thing. Or they try to use your age against you. It's like, baby, us millennials out here are looking better than younger. That's just a fact, and older. Every woman is different, but then they'll try to use your age against you as if women cannot still get a man at being in your 30s and 40s and 50s. Yes, okay, especially when you look good, you still can pull the men, even younger men looking. Okay, so also one thing I want to share a story real quick about when some people have an issue with you when you don't seem well like a stereotype, or you have confidence and you're not ghetto and stuff. I had shared this story before where I went to a nail salon in the hood. I was in the hood, and it was Asian nail salon, and I was in absolute shock because I had never saw Asians talking like this. I mean, they tend to be kind of quiet sometimes, but it was like something. I was like, I gotta get the hell up out of here as fast as possible, because it was ghetto black girls and ghetto Asian workers, and they were loud, just talking all over the place, saying filthy things. And I'm like, this is not professional. I don't need to hear that you want to eat her coochie. I mean, literally, the Asian guy doing the nails was talking about meeting up with her and telling her he about eating coochie. And I'm sitting there, I'm dressed nice, I'm quiet, I'm looking like, what the hell? What? And it was embarrassing, because I know the truth is they probably are laughing at her behind the scenes. A part of me is saying, okay, there are ghetto Asians that live in the hood, but then a part of me said, could they just act like this because a lot of their clientele are ghetto women up in here, loud, talking filthy things that's not, you shouldn't say in front of customers, and maybe they're just playing along with it type of thing. I don't know. But what I do know is that I guess she could read my energy, and the Asian girl who was about to do my nails, she caught an attitude. She caught an attitude and looked at me a certain way, and then started asking me questions about, oh, where you work type of thing, or saying, oh, just asking me stuff where I could tell she kind of had this kind of thing with her, like who do you think you are type of thing. I'm thinking, honey, I'm not like this hood rat up in here. You can talk, y'all can talk to her like that. You ain't talking to me like that. This is disgusting. Talking about eating coochie out loud to the customer. Okay, and this was a young girl. She was younger. Okay, and she wasn't the only one. They were loud all over the place, just talking sexually and saying all types of stuff. All of them was ghetto, all of them, and unprofessional. And I just said, I just can't wait to get up out of here. So, but yeah, that's something I saw on how she caught an attitude, because she could tell, oh no, baby, you will not talk. I'm not the one. Okay, I'm not like her. So understand that. And unfortunately, you have some of them who honestly think that we're all like this, and it's ridiculous to me. And you notice different treatment too. You do. I had said before that when you dress really nice and very the clean aesthetic, okay, you have dress pants on, you look like you might have some money, you dress real nice, okay, stud earrings, nothing loud going on, not that hood girl urban aesthetic type of thing, the so-called white look some people want to say, and all that other stuff. You do get treated different. Men open the doors more. They'll open the door regardless if they think you're pretty, but they especially customer service is better. People want to know where you work type of thing, or they're looking at you a certain way with admiration, or they're just nicer type of thing. Those things happen. But then you also have people who are intimidated, especially if they think you are doing better than them. They're like, hold on, you're black. How are you doing better than me? Or they'll start questioning you about, what you do and all this other stuff, or how did you get this type of thing. I remember I treated myself out to a restaurant, and that was nothing to me just to go. And like you see how some of the waiters like, oh, okay, like, oh, you Like they can't believe you would go to the restaurant by yourself. I don't have to go be with a man to have to treat myself to something I want to eat. And you have your shopping bags and you're ordering something and they're like looking at you. So this doesn't always happen, but it happened like twice to me, where you can, like, the waiter is jealous or something, like that I'm treating myself to get something at this restaurant. So you have people honestly are jealous. I mean, that's when you sum it all up, is jealousy. That's all it is. Okay? Jealousy that people have. Especially when they think you have the audacity to know you look good and think you look good. Especially especially if they don't think you should, or you have some sort of feature that's they claim society wouldn't like, type of thing, and you have this aura and vibe of confidence and beauty, and you attract men and you dress well and all of that. But this is not always the case. It's a mixture. When you are good looking, you can get good treatment. You get compliments. People be nice to you and stuff and compliment you. Some people are very nice and they'll let you know they think you're pretty and beautiful. But then you have the other side where you're always being watched or judged, or humbling tactics and all of that, or just racism, period, where they might think you don't deserve something, or, how did you get this, or you're not good enough or smart enough, or, oh, don't let the man from their race want you. Then it really can get intense of jealousy, like really upset that he's choosing you. That happens no matter how good you look, the whole racial hierarchy type of thing, where all of a sudden, oh my God, and having meltdowns and everything, or going out their way to try to sabotage you, type of thing. So that is it. What has been your experience on the job as an attractive, beautiful Black woman that dresses well? And you do not have to be skinny and fit. Okay, you can be curvy or plus size, but you're fabulous. You look good. You have a pretty face. You can dress good. You're smart. You're educated. Maybe you speak multiple languages. Men like you, whether they're Black or not Black. You moved up in the company. You have a nice car. You have your hairstyles are nice, or you have long hair. Like, what's going on? And who has been the one to give you the most problems, and what are some of your stories? And has anyone ever tried to hinder you in your career because of jealousy of how you look and how you carry yourself, and that you're not the stereotype? Okay, have men also hated on you, and who were these men? What race were they? What's going on here? Let us know in the comments section. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be talking to you soon. All right, everybody, thank you so much, and I'll talk to you again. And if you subscribe, hit the bell and click the notifications so you know when I'm live. All notifications so you know when I'm live and when I'm uploading. You all take care. Bye.